All right, Mamdani's the heads-on favorite. All right, could we have a Muslim mayor in New York City? It's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. Miranda Devine, New York Post columnist, Fox News contributor, Caroline Sunshine, Trump 2024 deputy comms director. Welcome to both of you. You know, I loved your story this morning in the Post. Look, the radical Imam, bad guy, very bad guy, and Mamdani is just in our face with this thing. But not all the imams are going to agree with him. I mean, I've interviewed imams that I think are pretty pro-American. Caroline was just saying off camera, look at Detroit, Michigan. Trump carried the Muslim places out in Michigan and elsewhere. It's just that this imam is a bad guy.
This imam is a total radical, and the fact that Mamdani on Friday posts a photo of himself arm in arm with this guy is just a middle finger to all those New Yorkers who died, those first responders who died on 9/11. This guy is an unindicted co-conspirator in the first World Trade Center bombing. He wants Sharia law. He's an absolutely blatant homophobe. He's the worst of the worst. And Mamdani doesn't care because he thinks he's got it in the bag.
Well, as you pointed out, I didn't know this. There are probably 1 million Muslims in New York City. I did not know that. I mean, it's a much bigger number than I would have thought. But Caroline, I will say this. After 9/11, on another network at another show, I interviewed the 96th Street Mosque, the imam head of that mosque, several times. I thought he was a really good guy, and he loved America. And I'm just saying, Mamdani's problem, I think, is not so much he's a Muslim, it's he's a socialist or a communist or whatever.
Islamist.
Pardon?
An Islamist.
An Islamist. Okay, fair enough. But I mean, you know, on taxes and crime and cops and anti-Semitism, those are his problems.
No, you're not wrong. But to me, the bigger problem is that Zohran Mamdani could go out on Fifth Avenue right now and scream from the top of his lungs, Osama bin Laden was like a father to me, and it wouldn't make a dent in his favorables.
Right.
Calling Zohran Mamdani an Islamist, a socialist, it's not going to make any more difference than stopping, calling Donald Trump stopped him from ascending to the presidency. In political tactics, you got to correctly assess your terrain that you're fighting on. It's like warfare. You got to correctly assess the terrain. You got to know your opponent. You got to have a keen sense of their strengths, their weaknesses, and how they're perceived by the audience. And voters give you the answer. So there was a Gallup poll that came out today showing across every age demographic, all 5 boroughs. Here are the answers. Voters told you their top issue, number 1, 63% of them said it's cost of living. Next, 48% said crime, and 38% said housing affordability. So Zohran's a very clever character because he's got this shtick where, okay, let's imagine your house was on fire. And the lovely Miranda Devine shows up and she says, oh, your house is on fire, Larry. I'm going to call a social worker. We'll get this taken care of. And then I show up and I go, oh, your house isn't on fire. Who are you going to vote for? You're going to vote for the person who ignores your problems? Or you're going to ignore for the person who correctly diagnoses your problem but offers the wrong solution? And that's what Zohran has cleverly done, and that's the terrain that you have to be in.
The die was cast. The die of this election was cast on primary day when he clobbered Cuomo, period. That's it. You're not going to, I mean, why should Curtis Sliwa, he was the best performer in the debate Thursday night. The poll in the New York Post this morning was pre-debate, I might add. It's very important. But I have no doubt that Mamdani beats Cuomo head on. But why should Curtis Sliwa drop out? He's the Republican nominee. He has the Republican line. He ran it fair and square. And he did a great job in the, and he's saying conservative things that people aren't hearing if he doesn't say them.
Exactly. I mean, he's moving the dial somewhat in terms of the rhetoric for both those candidates. And as well as that, why should we disenfranchise all the Republicans in the city? And there are 30% of the city is Republican. And I mean, they may not love Curtis Sliwa, but compared to the others, he's awful. They're awful. And I think it is unfair. I mean, we in the New York Post have just editorialized that he should drop out. And maybe if that would make a difference, but I can't see that it will make a difference.
No, I love the Post, but I'm afraid I just can't agree. It is what it is. Elise Stefanik, who will be the next governor of New York next year, Republican, she will beat Hochul, and she will neutralize Mamdani. That's my theory. She will neutralize. Elise Stefanik, Republican, will win that race and change the entire political script. And there I've said it. And Curtis Sliwa is not going to drop out. You're quite right. New York Post notwithstanding. Miranda Devine, Caroline Sunshine.